Hey guys and welcome. Around an hour ago, as of recording this video, we received some leaked information around Hazard Zone and how the game mode is going to work. So I'm sure you guys are already aware, but a few days ago, DICE allowed a couple of people to actually play Battlefield 2042 and essentially playtest the game and report any issues, bugs, similar to what Halo did with their technical preview. Now, only a very selective amount of people are allowed to play this, and it's completely under NDA where they're not allowed to share any gameplay, any details, or even tell people that they've got the access to play the game. Now, of course, because this has been released on PC, there's always going to be that one or two people that try to data mine the files of this game. And of course, that's what's happened. And we've got some Hazard Zone details to share in today's video. And they are very spicy, may I add. So there's a Twitter account that goes by the name of Temporal, where essentially he's got the details of from the data miners of what they've found in the files, and we're going to go into detail about that today. But guys, before we do, drop a like on today's video, it'd be much appreciated, and subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. It will be much appreciated. And yeah, keep up to date with all the latest Battlefield 2042 news upcoming to the beta. Okay, so starting off with the first tweet, and it states, Hazard Zone seems to be indeed a mix between Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. The orbital map in Battlefield 2042 has built-in support for this game mode. Other known locations can't be verified without additional data. No sign of a Hazard Zone exclusive map available. So I'm going to put a screenshot on right now of what we basically have seen. And this was a map teaser that was released by Battlefield through Journey of the Nomad. So this is an actual verified picture. But this map right here is the one with the rocket on that we've seen a couple of times in the trailer. This map actually has built-in support for Hazard Zone. So this is confirmed to essentially be within Hazard Zone. And obviously it will work differently in some aspects. And we're going to go into details about those now. Expect to collect intel from data drives and crashed satellites in Hazard Zone. After a briefing screen and insertion via Little Bird, it's up to you to search the area. The danger of losing equipment can be encountered with a loadout insurance, one of numerous tactical upgrades. Battlefield 2042 Hazard Zone maps seem to feature various points of interest like ammo stations and uplinks. Here you can call for a ranger / robot dog or HDT storm. ATV. These are also linked to a respawn sequence with states like start, pause, resume, and abort. You might encounter AI soldiers like a patrol using Jaguar, EBRC, or HDT Storm in Battlefield Hazard Zone. According to some data, there could be reinforcements and parachutes, solo or squads, into the map. AI bosses will probably serve an additional objective and grant rewards. You can leave the Hazard Zone by using an extraction zone, landing zones for helicopters, which can be claimed and activated. An extraction can also fail if you miss the helicopter. Hazard Zone currency is probably the key to expand your weapons, gadgets, and perk collection. Here is a list of 12 tactical upgrades for your soldiers in Battlefield 2042 as Hazard Zone. More ammo or extra respawn, additional storage, and faster healing. Keep in mind this is all still a work in progress, and some things might never see the light of day. Hope you had some fun. Again, very interesting as to what we've seen and what with the information that we've had on here as well. And the interesting thing that I want to go straight into as well is going around the games that it's comparing itself to. So it goes on to mention that these games are very similar to Escape from Tarkov and Hunt from Showdown. Now, I'm going to give a very brief overview of what these two games are actually about. Hunt from Showdown, I've never actually really heard of this game before until I searched it up. And essentially, in a very high-level summary, Hunt from Showdown is a game whereby you spawn into a map solo or with a team with an objective to hunt down a monster and kill it for its bounty. When you spawn into that particular map, there's up to 12 online players that you can PvP with, along with AIs and monsters which can challenge you along the way. Players will then need to fight their way through the AI monsters and additional players to find clues to where the bounty is hiding. Once found, the players will fight it and retrieve the bounty if it's killed. Once obtained, you will need to fight your way to the extraction point, which again you can fight through AIs or through PvP, because obviously if you've got the bounty, players are going to be able to kill you and obtain that bounty, so you are basically a prized possession at that point. And of course, if you don't exfil with the bounty, then it's basically mission failed. If you do exfil with a bounty, you of course get to keep the equipment that you exfilled with, and then also you can get the reward from the bounty. Again, very high level. There's obviously a lot more to it, but that's very high level on what this is about. The other game also is Escape from Tarkov. Now, this is a very similar, but it does have a couple of additional bits that are different, which are very interesting and that you compare to Hazard Zone. So, Escape from Tarkov in very high level. In Escape from Tarkov, you again spawn into a map with a selection of other online players that you can PvP with, along with AIs which will engage with you if you go near them. When you spawn into the world and you progress into it, you can look through abandoned buildings, code pockets, you can look into hidden stashes around the map as well, and you can also look in strongholds and try and take out enemy AIs for their loot, and even actual online players to PvP with, and if you take their loot, which is better than yours, you extract with it and you can use that loot to go into your next game with. You can also actually go into a Tarkov game when accepting some challenges and trying to actually go for an objective. Those are challenges. Objectives could be like, for example, kill 5 AI enemies and then obviously report back and say you've done it, or it can be to obtain a particular item which is only used by AI players, for example a shotgun. Once you've obtained these different objectives, you've completed the challenge, or you've just had enough and you've got absolutely loads of loot, you can then move on to the extraction point, which is essentially a gate, a sewer, manhole. It can be a bridge, it can be anything. If you get to one of these extraction points and exfil, you keep the loot. You can take that into your next game. You can then go into the shop in Tarkov, sell the loot that you've gained from that for extra money, or you can buy extra upgrades, sights, suppressors, different ammo, magazines, drum mags, different weapons, armor, helmets, different things along those lines to make you have a better chance of surviving in your next game. There isn't necessarily an objective in Tarkov unless you're playing for a challenge. More or less, it's just to show your raw skill and to kill and loot as much as possible. So that's the overview of those two games, and you kind of see how similar it is to Battlefield 2042's Hazard Zone, what we've just heard. In regards to you spawn into the map, you have to search around for intel, you have to go and search different satellites that have dropped, you have to try and find and sort through data drives and crash satellites and stuff like that. Yeah, it does seem pretty cool. Also mentions as well, the danger of losing equipment can be encountered with a loadout insurance. In Tarkov as well, you can go into a game and you can actually have the option to insure your different armor, your weapons, your ammunition, the different meds that you take into the game. You can actually insure them, which means if you die with them and no enemy picks them up, they'll then be retrieved and you'll be able to basically reclaim them. Obviously, it does come at a premium. You do have to pay for this with the in-game currency. And what it says in here as well is that potentially Battlefield Hazard Zone is going to have its own in-game currency, which again, you can buy upgrades, because obviously there's going to be field upgrades in this as well. It's going to work in the way that Battlefield works in general, so you're going to probably be able to use vehicles, you're going to be able to call in different things maybe. Obviously, it's going to work differently to Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. You're not going to be able to call in vehicles and drive around in things in Tarkov or Hunt Showdown. This is obviously, they're doing it the Battlefield way. So there are going to be different hidden bits. You can obviously call in a ranger, which again is like the robot dog, to run around with you and help scout out the area and things. So it's going to play a lot like Battlefield, but in a sense that the actual objective of the mode is going to be very, very similar to Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. Not to mention as well, in Tarkov and in Hunt Showdown, there's no HUD, you don't have any hit markers, there's nothing along those lines. In Battlefield, obviously, there's going to be some form of detection that you've actually killed an enemy. There's going to be a HUD, you're going to have a map. You know, there's going to be things along those lines, which I think is going to make it feel more Battlefield-like. In Tarkov, it's very, very relentless. If you die, you die. There's no kill cams. You don't know where people got shot from. You can literally randomly shoot across the map with a sniper rifle or a pistol, and if it hits someone in the head, they're dead. You don't know where it come from. It's just a lucky shot, it could be. But you've got no recollection of actually killing that guy because you didn't get notified of it with a hit mark or a kill shot sound or anything like that. So again, it's very unforgiving, Tarkov is, and again, Hunt from Showdown is probably the same thing. With Battlefield, I can imagine that it'll be a bit more player-friendly and not as hardcore. But again, it's on the same basis. It sounds really, really cool. Really looking forward to trying it out. And yeah, they're all the details that we've got today, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well and drop a like on today's video. But yeah, let me know what you think. Be really, really interested to know. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. We'll see you all in the next one.